GIT workflow for AWS ECS. What is a GIT workflow for AWS ECS? A GIT workflow for AWS ECS is the structured process teams use to manage containerized application code and deployment configuration safely using GIT. It defines how application code is updated, how Docker images are built, how ECS task definitions are changed, how production deployments are controlled, why it matters for AWS ECS. Container deployments happen fast. One bad task definition can break services. Rollbacks must be quick. Updates happen frequently. So workflow equals stability plus control plus safe deployments. Why AWS ECS projects need a proper GIT workflow? AWS ECS projects usually include application source code, Docker files, ECS task definition files, service and cluster configs, CI/CD pipeline configurations. Without workflow, cross-mark broken services, cross-mark failed deployments, cross-mark hard rollbacks, cross-mark merge conflicts, cross-mark no release history. With workflow, check mark stable services, check mark predictable deployments, check mark easier debugging, check mark safer releases, check mark better teamwork. Typical branch structure for AWS ECS. Common structure. Main means production ready configs. Develop means active development. Feature branches means new features. Release branches means prepare deployment. Hotfix branches means urgent fixes. Example: main, develop, feature, user service, feature, payment service, release, version 1.4.0. Hotfix, container crash. Why? Protects live services, supports parallel development, enables controlled releases. Feature branch workflow. AWS ECS. For each task, create branch from develop, write application code, update Docker file or task definition, build and test container locally, commit changes, push branch, open pull request, review and merge into develop. Why? Isolates risky changes, prevents breaking production, enables review. Bad practice. Cross-mark work directly on main. Cross-mark update ECS services manually in production. Good practice. Check mark one service per branch. Check mark one task per branch. Pull requests in AWS ECS projects. PRs are used to review application logic, review Docker file, check task definition changes, validate configs, run automated tests. PR should include check mark clear description, check mark linked issue, ticket, check mark test results, check mark deployment notes. Why? Prevents service outages, documents infrastructure changes, improves quality. Bad PR. Cross mark no description, cross mark no tests, cross mark huge PR. Commit strategy for AWS ECS. Commits should be small, atomic, descriptive, good commit messages. Add ECS task definition for auth service. Fix Docker build step. Update memory limits for a P container. Bad commit messages. Update. Fix. Final. Why? Easy rollback. Easy debugging. Clean history. Daily workflow in AWS ECS teams. Typical flow. Pull latest develop. Create feature branch. Write code. Update Docker file or task definition. Build and test image. Commit changes. Push branch. Create PR. Review and merge. Why? Prevents conflicts. Keeps work isolated. Keeps services stable. Hotfix workflow for AWS ECS. When production breaks, create hotfix branch from main. Fix code or task definition. Test container. Deploy to staging service. Create PR. Merge into main. Merge into develop. Why? Fast recovery. Keeps branches aligned. Prevents repeat issues. Example. Hotfix, service crash. Release strategy for AWS ECS. Releases should be planned, tested, versioned. Good approach. Create release branch. Freeze features. Run integration tests. Deploy to staging. Deploy to production. Tag version. Example. Release, version 2.1.0. Why? Safe deployments. Easy rollback. Clear version history. Code review culture. AWS ECS teams. Review focuses on application logic, Docker file efficiency, security, resource usage, error handling, not personal opinions, blame, style wars. Why? Fewer outages, better reliability, knowledge sharing, CI/CD in AWS ECS workflow. Automation should run unit tests, build Docker images, push to Amazon ECR, update ECS services, run smoke tests, on every PR, run tests, lint code, validate task definitions. Why? Prevents broken deployments, saves time, builds confidence. Tools, GitHub Actions, GitLab CI, AWS Code Pipeline, AWS Code Build, Terraform. Common AWS ECS GIT mistakes. Direct commits to main. No PR reviews. No tests. Manual production changes. No version tags. Why? Risky services. Hard debugging. No audit trail. Naming conventions. Branches. Feature, notification service. Feature, image API. Release, version 1.6.0. Hotfix, error. Commits, add, fix, update, refactor. Example, fix ECS task memory limit. Why? Easy tracking, professional history, easy auditing. How GIT workflow helps AWS ECS project scale. As system grows, more services, more containers, more developers, more deployments. Good workflow. Check mark keeps code manageable. Check mark improves onboarding. Check mark reduces failures. Check mark controls complexity. Real life analogy. AWS ECS GIT workflow is like shipping logistics system. Without system, packages lost. With system, on-time delivery. Branches equals routes. PRs equals quality checks. Main equals live delivery line. In simple words, AWS ECS GIT workflow means build carefully, test before deploy, review changes, release safely. Best strategy for AWS ECS projects. Use check mark feature branches, check mark release branches, check mark mandatory PRs, check mark carbon monoiodide CD automation. Check mark protected main branch. Avoid cross mark direct main commits. Cross mark no testing. Cross mark no reviews. In AWS ECS projects, your GIT commits control real container services. A good GIT workflow. Check mark protects production. Check mark supports teamwork. Check mark reduces failures. Check mark builds trust.